All right, let's get right into it. AI video is just exploding. I mean, it's moving way faster than I think any of us really expected. So today, we're going to follow one person's own journey as she kind of dips her toes into this really powerful and, let's be honest, sometimes very strange new world of creation. It's a pretty fascinating look at what happens when our human curiosity bumps right into artificial intelligence. And, this quote from author and publicist Fazia Burke just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly captures the feeling. This stuff isn't some far-off concept anymore. The technology is here, it's now, and using it really does feel like you've stepped into the future. It's this wild mix of awe, excitement, and maybe, just maybe, a little bit of unease. I mean, the whole conversation really just went into overdrive with tools like OpenAI's Sora. The demos we've all seen are absolutely stunning, creating these unbelievably realistic videos from just a simple sentence of text. We are talking about a fundamental change in how visual content gets made, really shifting it from a super complex technical skill to a simple act of, well, just describing what you want to see. But here's what I find really interesting: the motivation. Fazia Burke actually admits she found Sora disturbing. And yet, she knew she couldn't just stick her head in the sand and ignore it. This technology is not going away. So instead of turning her back, she decided, okay, I have to understand this. She had to get her hands dirty and see for herself what it's all about. So her first experiment was with a tool that's already out there for the public called HeyGen, and she described the whole experience with 3 words: easy, fun, and surreal. And that last one, surreal, well, that's where things get really interesting. So the process starts out simply enough, right? She uploads a photo of her own face to make an avatar. But because she's just using the free version, she has to use a stock voice. And the result? It's her face, but it's speaking with a complete stranger's voice, like a digital puppet. And that's the heart of it, right there. Disorienting. There's this fundamental disconnect when you see your own likeness saying words in a voice that is not yours. It's that uncanny valley feeling, when something looks almost real, but it's just off enough to be really, really unsettling. And it wasn't just unsettling, it was also just kind of absurd. The voice that got paired with her face was, and this is her description, super enthusiastic. The contrast was just so strange that it actually made her laugh out loud. It's a great little reminder that while this tech is incredibly powerful, it can still spit out some bizarre and, frankly, unintentionally hilarious results. But this is where the story really takes a turn. After that weird, personal little experiment, she started thinking about her actual day job as a book publicist. She started wondering, could this bizarre tool actually be useful? And that's the moment it goes from being a weird toy to a potential professional tool. And just look at how simple the process was. This time, she didn't use her own picture. She just picked a stock avatar, wrote a quick script for a book she was promoting, chose a voice that fit, and boom, generated the video. The entire thing took a few minutes. That kind of speed and simplicity, that's a total game changer. And this just perfectly illustrates what happened. The video totally worked. You've got this friendly, trustworthy-looking woman giving a glowing endorsement for a book. The only problem? That woman is completely 100% fake. She doesn't exist. And this brings us right to the heart of the whole ethical dilemma. Think about it. The message, the words in the script, that was authentic. Fausia wrote it herself. But the messenger was a complete fabrication. And that is a really powerful and ethically complicated place to be. The tool worked perfectly, but in doing so, it created a brand new problem. So, what did she decide? What was her solution? Where did she draw the line for herself? Right here. She decided that yes, she would use a tool like this professionally, but with one critical non-negotiable rule. She would have to be completely transparent and label it as AI generated. No deception. Period. And her personal rule really opens up a much, much bigger conversation for all of us. As these tools get more common and way more realistic, we all have to start figuring out how to navigate these new, very blurry lines between what's real and what's artificial. Because at the end of the day, authenticity, it still really matters. This is the question she asks, and it's one we all need to be thinking about. Seriously, what happens to trust when your audience can no longer be sure if the person they're watching is even real? What happens when they assume something is authentic, but what they're actually seeing is a fabrication?
It poses a huge challenge to the very way we consume information.
So her answer is a call for responsible creation and it's built on these three key ideas. First, just be transparent. Let people know you're using AI. Second, be thoughtful about the implications. And finally, be intentional, which means always putting your audience's trust first.
And this final quote just says it all, really. The responsibility falls on us, the people making things. As these lines get blurrier, and believe me, they are every single day, our obligation to be clear and honest with our audience only gets stronger. It all comes down to respecting the person on the other side of the screen.
So, we'll leave you with this question to chew on. As creating a completely artificial person becomes as easy as writing a sentence, who gets to be the face of our messages? Is it a real person, or is it an AI that perfectly fits the brand? There's no easy answer here, and it's a question we're all going to be grappling with for a long time to come.